It's good to be here, it's good to be anywhere, really, considering the existential crisis I've been wrestling with lately. You know, the kind you have when you spend too much time thinking in the shower. Not about the water bill, mind you, but about the very fabric of reality. See, I had this thought the other day, a real doozy. Just imagine that the universe in its infinite boredom, its cosmic capriciousness, decides to give you a do-over. A mulligan on life. It plucks you, sentient and burdened with the accumulated wisdom and crippling anxiety of your current existence, and deposits you back into your childhood. Same place, same time, same questionable fashion choices your parents foisted upon you. Now, the knee-jerk reaction, the one that bounces around most brains like a hyperactive pinball is, oh boy, I'm gonna use my insider knowledge, stock market wizardry, winning lottery numbers, maybe even prevent that regrettable haircut in the 8th grade. We all have those little disasters we'd love to erase, right? The broken marriage, the toxic family dynamic, the soul-crushing career. Maybe you want to flee your country before the, shall we say, unpleasantness begins. You've got the roadmap, the cheat codes, the ultimate advantage. Personal revenge fantasies start dancing in your head like sugar plums. But then I had a darker thought. A truly subversive little worm burrowing into the apple of my contentment. What if I intentionally made things worse? I know, it sounds counterintuitive, sacrilegious even. Here you are, given the ultimate gift of second chances, and you're contemplating deliberately sabotaging yourself? Ditching school in this second attempt? Getting fired from that perfectly adequate, soul-numbing job? Refusing offers of friendship, of genuine human connection, of, dare I say, romance? Why, you ask, with a perfectly justifiable look of bewildered skepticism? Because, my friends, what if true prosperity, true fulfillment, lies in the unknown? How can you truly know the breadth of your potential, the tapestry of your existence, if you're simply retracing steps, however strategically? If you've been granted this ultimate opportunity, this cosmic free pass, shouldn't you at least explore the paths not taken, even if they appear to lead straight into a ditch filled with metaphorical and possibly literal leeches? It's a bit like that old saying, isn't it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. But what if that definition is, in itself, a form of insanity? What if the truly insane act is clinging to the illusion of control, the false promise of a predetermined path to happiness? I'm emphasizing this point because, in a hypothetical decision of changing our pasts, it leads to other new future regrets, which in an endless loop, you might wish to get a chance to go back and fix them with your future experiences and knowledge. Meanwhile, trying a completely unrelated past experience, regardless of whatever you have already experienced in the future, may or may not have worsened outcomes, so now you question what possibly caused your unexpected new path, after getting a chance to rewrite your future, but you dodge the ideas of fixing it. So there it goes again, your unexpected review action itself has a certain root in another of its past. It means even if you hypothetically get a chance to change your future while you might choose unexpectedness, that so-called new path itself had rooted in your previously possibilities. And might those possibilities were at the same conditions of avoidance, which you're now doing to your current giving opportunity to change your past, yet you think you're smart enough to dodge them with a set of complete new circumstances to get a so-called unexpectedly future. Now here's where it gets truly mind-bending. Let's say you bravely or perhaps foolishly embrace this self-destructive philosophy. You sabotage your original trajectory with gusto. You stumble down a new path, a path riddled with unforeseen consequences, unexpected detours, and a distinct lack of comfortable shoes. And guess what? You're still not happy. Shocker, I know. You've traded one set of regrets for another. You look back at your original life, the one you so readily discarded, and suddenly those familiar flaws seem almost endearing. The broken marriage now appears less like a personal failing and more like a valiant attempt at connection. The soul-crushing job? Well, at least it paid the bills and provided a predictable routine. And now you're trapped in a new loop, a new cycle of wishing you could go back and fix this mess, this new reality of your own creation. You yearn for the predictability of the past, the very thing you were so desperate to escape. You see, the irony, the deliciously cruel irony, is that even in a world where you can rewrite your past, you can't escape the fundamental human condition. The grass is always greener. The road not taken always seems more alluring. We are, it seems, perpetually doomed to regret our choices, regardless of how many chances the universe throws our way. Maybe that's the universe's joke. Maybe the do-over isn't a gift at all. Maybe it's a cosmic experiment designed to prove that even with infinite opportunities, we're still capable of making a monumental mess of things. And the truly frightening thing, it's working. I know it all sounds confusing, and maybe that's because you weren't paying much attention during your mathematics classes, but too late, you're never going back. You're never gonna get a second chance. You can barely hold on to your current one, whatever the hell that is. You certainly aren't able to follow up on this philosophical, mathematical, nonsensical gag. Now, how do you like them apples? Cheers. Good evening, or, as some existentialists might say, good. I've been contemplating, as one does, the implications of hypothetical temporal revision. Specifically, the rather peculiar proposition. What if the universe, in a moment of profound ennui or perhaps even cosmic negligence, granted you a do-over? The obvious response, the one whispered in the hallowed halls of Reddit and shouted from the rooftops of get-rich-quick seminars is, of course, capitalize, exploit the stock market, avenge childhood slights, avoid the upcoming volcanic eruption, the unfortunate marital union, or the emotionally stunted relatives. But what if we intentionally sabotaged our second chance? What if, driven by some inscrutable impulse, we systematically dismantled our previously established trajectory? The question naturally becomes, because, dear friends, stagnation is the antithesis of progress. If presented with the ultimate opportunity, the chance to rewrite your personal narrative, isn't it imperative to explore the uncharted territories of consequence? The irony, of course, lies in the inherent paradox. You embark on this path of deliberate deviation, seeking a more fulfilling existence, only to find yourself grappling with a fresh set of regrets, a new constellation of what-ifs. What if, instead of adhering to conventional wisdom, we ventured into uncharted territory? What if we leveraged our foresight to disrupt the status quo, to embrace the inherent chaos and observe where the cosmic dice fall? Instead of circumventing calamity, perhaps we should lean into it, merely to witness the outcome. Ponder that. What if the events we deem as failures, as missteps, were actually the catalyst for something extraordinary? What if the key to unlocking our true potential lies in embracing the unforeseen, in reveling in the unknown? Imagine this, that know-it-all kid in the back of the class, the one who challenges every word the teacher utters. Turns out he wasn't being a pain, he was just bored. He already knew the material, had probably read the textbook twice over. He was ready for something more, something challenging, something real. Maybe dropping out of school, or at least skipping a few grades, wouldn't be such a bad thing for this kid. Imagine the experiences he could have, the people he could meet, the knowledge he could gain out in the real world. It might not be the traditional path, but who's to say it wouldn't lead to a more fulfilling life? Section 5. Love bites, when saying no opens new doors. Love, the great heartbreaker. We've all had our share of romantic misadventures. What if, armed with the knowledge of how those relationships unfolded, we made different choices? Not to avoid heartbreak, mind you, but to experience different kinds of love, different kinds of pain, different kinds of growth. Maybe saying no to that first love, the one that burned bright but ultimately left us scorched, would open us up to a different kind of connection. Maybe we'd meet someone unexpected, someone who challenges us, who helps us grow in ways we never thought possible. Section 6. The cosmic joke, can you fool fate twice? Here's the thing about this whole starting over business, it's all a cosmic joke, isn't it? The universe has a funny way of righting itself, of steering us back on course, even when we think we're being terribly clever. We might think we're in control, that we can outsmart fate with our newfound knowledge, but maybe, just maybe, we're playing right into its hand. Maybe the real adventure lies in letting go, in surrendering to the unknowable. Maybe the mistakes, the detours, the unexpected turns are all part of the grand design. Section 7. Deja vu, all over again, same place, different soul. Imagine walking down the street, your childhood street, but this time you see it with new eyes. The cracks in the sidewalk, the chipped paint on the houses, the scent of freshly cut grass, they all hold a new significance. You recognize the faces, the familiar rhythms of the neighborhood, but you are different. You carry the weight of experience, the knowledge of joys and sorrows yet to come. You are both observer and participant, a time traveler caught in the amber of the present moment. Section 8. Hindsight's perfect vision, a blessing or a curse. But let's be honest, knowing the future, even in this limited way, could be a real buzzkill. Imagine carrying the weight of every bad decision, every missed opportunity on your shoulders. It would be like watching a movie where you know all the plot twists, all the heartbreaking moments. The challenge then wouldn't be to avoid the bad stuff, but to embrace it, to see the value in the struggles, the lessons learned, the resilience built, to recognize that even the darkest moments contribute to the tapestry of our lives. Section 9. The butterfly effect, ripples in the pond of time. Ultimately, this whole thought experiment begs a larger question. What is the point of it all? If we could go back and change things, even in small ways, wouldn't that undermine the very fabric of our existence? Maybe the real adventure isn't in knowing the future, but in creating it, in making choices big and small that ripple outwards, shaping the world around us in ways we may never fully comprehend. Maybe the true magic of life lies in its inherent unpredictability, in the infinite possibilities that unfold with each passing moment.